Welcome to the Daily Gerry Anderson podcast, which begins by the presenter being accused of using unnecessary cosmetics to disguise the passing of the years. These, of course, are blatant lies, circulated by circular broadcasters who covet the presenter's wealth, popularity and looks.
A man said to me, this is this morning, he said to me, he says, see, your sidekick is still wearing makeup.
What does he mean by that?
Because there's a photograph of you in one of our local papers yesterday, and apparently you have a big orange bake on you.
And that is wrong. That's entirely...
He says you have makeup on you.
Absolutely not. I refute this.
And he said, him and his wife they were looking at it last night, and she said that you've got eyeliner on.
Him and his wife were looking at it last night. Well, that's one way to pass the time. There is no eyeliner there at all.
Well,
no makeup of any kind. Let me just tell you this.
Apparently,
the fact that I'm braving the years with some degree of confidence, and the fact that I don't look as elderly as other people who are knocking about, the fact that I've retained some of my elasticity of my skin, the fact that I've retained my good looks, the fact that I don't look old and decrepit. Look at you falling apart. The fact that I remain handsome and virile is nothing to do with...
But I'm a natural colour.
Grey.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's natural. You're apparently a big orange bake on you the other day getting your photograph taken. You were sprayed.
I was not sprayed. I hadn't been sprayed for... I stopped being sprayed. I discovered a preparation. A man calls to complain about nearly every aspect of the show. These calls are easily handled by the presenter who deals with them in the only way he knows how, by talking the people into submission, thereby removing from their mindset the desire to live.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. Fine.
Good.
I was calling earlier to see when your next vacation was.
Well,
because
it's been a while.
And the reason for it, I'll give you the reason for it, because I do believe that Sean does play a better quality of music. I know you're sent music and you have to play it and want to, but I don't know where you're coming from sometimes, honestly.
Well, you see, this is common. There's nothing to worry about that. There's nothing wrong with you. You see, I am not like the others. You see, whenever you turn on Hugo and everyone else, including Sean, you know exactly what's coming. What is coming is things that they think that you like. They don't like them, but they think that you like them. So they play all the things that they think you like. In other words, they try to please you. I have never gone down that road because I don't know what people out there like. All I know is what I like. And if what I like it, I play it. And if other people don't like it, it's sad, but, it happens.
So what you're telling us, it's a Gerry Anderson show for Gerry Anderson?
I'm afraid so.
Not for the people listening. That's what you're telling me.
I've never made that.
Exactly like that.
I've never made any bones about this.
A great description.
No,
I've never made any bones.
You're here to actually, I would say, entertain the public.
I've never bought into that. I've never bought into that. See, the BBC is different. See, we're not here to entertain. You see,
but we're all different, Gerry. We're all unique.
No, I'll tell you what I believe in. This is what I believe in. I don't believe in much, but this is what I believe in. Particularly when it comes to music. See, I was always interested in music, and indeed was a professional musician for a long, long time. And I've always come to the conclusion that, you see, the thing that actually that was very, I don't know where this. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say this. I had a great epiphany one time. Something came to me. I was playing in a band once, right? And we used to always be very concerned about the quality of the music, what we should play, and would the people like it or not. And in the band, I was playing guitar at the time, and there was a bass player, and there was a trumpet player, and a saxophone player, and there was a trombone player, and there was an organist, and there was a drummer, and there was a singer.
Is that the Chessmen?
No. Another band entirely. I won't name them. Okay. And we were playing one time, and for some strange reason, do you know those nights where everything goes wrong? First thing happened, my amplifier packed in, right? So I couldn't play. I was playing, nothing happened. And then there was some kind of short electrical thing. Then the bass player's amplifier packed in, right? And then, for some strange and odd reason, connected with that same electrical fault, the electric piano went out. Right? Everything electrical.
Yeah. I don't believe this.
Will you stop this? Can you just give me a moment to tell you what happened to me?
Okay.
And then what happened was this thing spread, and then the microphones went down. Right? So all you had was the drummer going. And I looked down. There was about maybe 300-400 people in the hall, and they're all dancing, and none of them noticed. None of them noticed, and they kept dancing. And I realized All they wanted to hear was a thud.
No, and one of them looked down and they were dancing with a man with a cloven hoof.
I'm not going that way.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going that way. No, you're missing the whole point. The whole point is that people don't care what they hear.
That's a lie.
All they hear, if they hear a rhythmic, all they want to hear is this. Listen to Hugo. All they want to hear is this.
Listen to Bill.
Jerry, is what they're saying, and they do turn off to you. They have done for years. People don't listen to you anyway. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that
it comes across.
No, all I'm saying... Now, the BBC, a long time ago, when the world was young, what they used to... Do you ever hear of the dung beetle theory?
Yes.
No, you haven't. No, you're just lying to me. You've never heard of the dung beetle. Now, admit you haven't heard of it, and then I'll explain it to you. The dung beetle theory...
Another version of it, maybe?
No, the dung beetle theory was, you see, the BBC would put on a programme like Sunday Night at the London Palladium or something like that. Then they'd put on Steptoe. Then they put on something else that was popular, Only Fools and Horses. And in between all those programmes, they put in a documentary about a dung beetle and about how it, how it lived and how it reproduced and its methods of, propagating its young. And people would watch that because it was in between Only Fools and Horses and Sunday Night at the London Palladium. And then when the BBC looked at the figures, they said, look, all these people are watching this about the dung beetle. That means that, if you put something in the middle that's kind of educational, people will watch it whilst they're waiting for the other thing. So they said, well, we're performing a service here. But then ITV came along and all the others, and everybody stopped watching about the dung beetle, so everything is Strictly Come Dancing now. So the theory that the BBC had, if you put things in that are educational, they suddenly realised that people don't want to be educated. They want to see Strictly Come Dancing. The presenter's rage at the world shows no sign of abating. He is always on the lookout for incongruities and things that offend him. He is remarkably successful in this search. I was in a cafe the other day. I won't mention it, but it's a well-known international chain. And I looked outside, and there were 2 or 3 tables, outside, and kind of a canopy there, to protect the people from the rain who wanted to go out and drink their coffee al fresco, right? Yeah. And there was a sign beside the table saying, no smoking out here. What's the point of that?
I don't know.
If you sit out in February, right?
I find nothing wrong with that, you see.
Oh, you find nothing wrong with that?
No.
Now, why would a person in February sit outside a cafe in sub-zero temperatures to drink a cup of coffee that he doesn't want and then be told that he can't smoke? The only reason he's out there because he has to be there and because he needs to smoke. And the ultimate coup de grace is to say, you can't smoke out here. Imagine going out there and sitting down and setting yourself down and bringing out your fags and lighting a cigarette and somebody coming out and saying, I'm sorry, sir, you can't smoke here. I would just go off my head. I feel like starting to smoke again just to spite the people. No, I really do feel like that.
Oh, it's you, Emerson.
God.
I feel like it.
I never slept a wink last night.
Good. I'm glad.
I woke at 3 o'clock and I tossed and turned all night long. Thought about everything going through my head and worries and problems and...
Think about your money.
What? That's what?
But how much you're not getting. I'm the same, I can't lie awake all night thinking about the money I could earn if they'd only give it to me.
You wouldn't think I was sick, would you?
Every once in a while, the presenter is reminded that Northern Ireland is a country planted firmly in the soil. Not for nothing does Hugo pretend to be a farm boy. This is what the listeners want. Innocent labourers at the mic. The presenter does not fit in.
It's a wee song about a cow.
Yes.
And it goes 4 stiff standers, 4 dilly dangers, 2 lookers, 2 crookers, a licker and a switcher.
Oh, it's describing the cow.
I know. I'm afraid to ask him what that means.
You know exactly what it means.
I know what it means, but I'm tired.
The udder, the horns, the tail, the
eyes,
eyes,
the tongue.
The tongue.
Did I deal with this at some length at some other stage?
Apparently you did.
I wonder what was
Stop
wrong.
picking your nose.
Ah, correct. You're not supposed to say that.
That's disgusting, so
People
it is. Look,
People don't know I'm doing it.
but I can see I'm sitting looking at you.
But don't be telling them I'm
They're
doing
coming
it.
from the doctors. Stop that. You're up with the other nostril now. Leave yourself alone.
I've nearly got this bit.
Yeah, but don't look in. You'll be like Lot's wife.
She'll turn into pepper. Yes?
Jerry,
Yes.
I wonder, did you ever do anything about your hair?
Go ahead.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
To make it grow more vigorously. I was on the one day about a travelling man many years ago used to cook a hedgehog and rub the extraction of the juice on his hair. And it seemed to make his hair grow.
I'm a great fan of hedgehog juice, I have to say. I came across this before, but I don't know how you get juice out of a hedgehog. And indeed, if you do get juice out of a hedgehog, I think the hedgehog would protest.
You wrap the hedgehog in clay.
But how does the hedgehog feel about that?
I thought the hedgehog peed on your head.
wouldn't say he was very pleased.
He
The
would do it
hedgehog
if he has
was
any
hesitant.
sense at all. What was that?
He dispatched the hedgehog.
You what?
He dispatched the hedgehog, then he wrapped it in clay,
Yes, you.
and then he baked it in the fire. But he left a little hole at the end of the clay, and the juices that ran out from it, he caught it in a wee tin mug.
I think we would call that essence of hedgehog.
That would be right.
So you
That
catch
would be
the essence of hedgehog in a wee tin mug and you put it on your head, and it's supposed to stimulate hair growth.
The way you used to put bay rum
That's
in
right.
your hair.
That's right. That's right. I don't feel any need for that. I've got a laser cap. The quest for obscure recordings of tuneless songs continues. The presenter feigns interest. It is his job to do so.
Good morning, Jerry.
Sorry to keep you like that.
Okay, you're blathering away there as usual. Listen, I tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a record by a fella called George Jones. You know the American singer?
Great singer.
George Jones.
Great
Now,
singer.
I have heard this once on the radio, and I can't get a copy of it. I've even been to your friend in Ballyclare, and he hasn't got it.
Bert
Never heard
McCormick?
of it, he says.
Bert McCormick doesn't have it?
He hasn't it.
Well, what is it, I wonder?
It's to the tune of Please Release Me.
Yes?
But it's gospel words. It's a gospel record made by this fellow George Jones, and I heard it one night on that other station, you know, that you won't listen to, you know, Downtown Radio.
Oh, be still my beating
like that,
heart,
you know.
yeah.
Yes, I listen to foreign programs sometimes.
Ah,
Yes. But anyway, listen.
Dougie Marshall on again?
If you could get your hands on it, I would love you to play it sometime, because I have a blind friend. Now, it's funny you were talking about the blind chicken a minute ago.
sorry.
But this is genuine. This lady lives in Stornoway in Isle of Lewis. And I record stuff for her. She likes country and western music and stuff, and I record stuff for her and send it to her. And I would love to send this to her if I could get it. But if you could get it some morning, play it for me, and I'll record it.
George Jones
George Jones, and it's to the tune of Please Release Me.
Please
That's
release
right.
me, let
That's
me go.
it, yes.
But with...
It's coming on rain here now.
is it?
It is.
That's good.
Just in the last couple of minutes, it just started to rain here.
Thank you for that weather report. Thank you very much. We'll get that for
Listen,
you.
Jerry,
No, we
thanks
can't
very
get
much.
it. How are we going to get it?
I'm lying to him.
What?
Can't you see I'm lying
What was
to him?
that?
Sorry.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Richard?
I heard it.
Did you hear that,
I
Richard?
heard it. Then you see the next time he's up in the Ballyselling Road in Belfast,
Uh-huh.
I'll puncture his tires.
Yes. So, Richard, have you any words from the song? Have you a line even?
No, the only thing is that the first line of it is
Yes.
the same, please release me. But it's from sin and all that, you know.
Please release me from this sin.
That's something like that, yes, Jerry.
Well, look, George Jones, release me.
But
How's your father? Your mother's not in.
Your man in Ballyclare, he looked it up on the internet and he couldn't get it for me. I was in his shop.
we
I
got
went
it?
into the shop to see him, and he said he had never heard of it. And
Well,
he didn't.
sorry, Richard, we have a song here, George Jones, Release Me from Sin.
That's probably it.
Will we look up? Will we get that for you?
Yeah, well, listen, when could you play it, bud?
Well, that's entirely up to Mr. Anderson in there.
Well, could you play it before 12 o'clock?
Well, I'll stall the wedding to see if we can get it here on Jukebox.
Right, go ahead.
Now, just can you wait for a
Oh,
moment?
I can
or two?
hold on. Yes, I'm doing nothing.
If Jerry doesn't mind.
I'm like yourselves. I'm doing nothing.
Well, you don't mind, Jerry, do you? No, Jerry's not speaking to us.
Is he not?
Emma made a little mistake. She typed in using capital letters, and now we're just a little delay. What? No, what is it, Emma? Doesn't seem to have find. Oh, what's that? On the jukebox. We're searching the jukebox for it,
Right.
Richard. And if we get it, we'll send it to Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
And if he decides to play it, then that's
Right.
Well, it's up to him, isn't it?
So I'll listen attentively to your program.
For the next 20 minutes.
I will. And then
okay.
I'll listen tomorrow too.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Yes.
Oh yes.
That's good.
I'm a
Man.
dedicated listener.
Good
Yes.
man. Good man. He's not speaking to us.
That's all
Richard.
right.
Yeah.
Tell him I was only joking about puncturing his tires.
All right then.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, Jerry. Speak to us. Come on. How's a wee man?
Don't cry.
Day? How's a wee man today? Come on, Jerry. Coming out
Thank
to
you very much.
play. How's a wee man today? How's a wee man?
Sure, Thank you for listening. Goodbye.